This video is going to quickly go through several tips and tricks and strategies, as well as a quick beginner's guide, and eventually getting into some more advanced tips and tricks for veteran players. This game is very difficult in that it does not explain much, and trying to do missions and figure out where to go can be pretty overwhelming. So I did play this game a bunch on PC. It's a great port gone to console. They did a great job, I think. And so we're going to get started on first showing you, the first thing I'd recommend is going to your settings and going to battle size. And for some reason it does not start off at 100. Turn it up to 100. Let's get it maxed out so we can get some big battles going. And then also I recommend enabling show attack direction. It just kind of helps you know which way you're attacking because things get pretty crazy. And then also recognize, check this out, enable voice commands. That means you can do things as long as you just have your mic plugged in, your default mic. You can do things, for example, when you're battling, say, you can say, archers, hold this position. Or more commonly, I usually just say, everyone, hold this position. Or I also can say, everyone, charge. Those are the two most commonly used ones. So we're going to get started on a new game here. And I'll just do a quick beginner's guide, and then we'll get into some more advanced tricks and just how to play the game. So we're going to start a new game here. Now, while we're in this loading screen, oh, here we go. So blah, blah, blah. You can read it if you want. Start the game. Now, male or female, it is very important. If you start as a female, it's a lot harder. They just kind of make it a lot harder on women, as it was back then. They don't really respect you as much and whatnot. So if you're gonna create your dude and you haven't done it yet, I recommend Googling online or whatever, starting a new character in Warband, because all these different choices here are very important. They give you different traits and stats and stuff. So if you want to follow my build, I think what I did was I started with a hunter, because what I wanted to do was like an archer with like a one-handed weapon and a shield. So all these are different results again. I think I went with stepchild. And then these ones, I'm pretty sure you want to do a squire no matter what. That's what I'm going to pick. And then the reason for why you're playing, why you're I think I picked loss of a loved one. But again, I recommend going online and looking at what you want to build your dude as, because depending on how you want to play, it really depends on what you pick here. So I'm not going to start the game again. We're going to load into my game now. Alright, so here we are loaded into my game. I've put about, give or take, 7 hours. I picked Kingdom of Swadia, and I started in Praven. My king is King Harlos. So if you picked a different kingdom, it's not a whole lot different. If I zoom out here, Kingdom of Swadia is orange, but there's all these different kingdoms out here. Each kingdom is different in that they have different types of like soldiers and different specialties. Like these guys in the desert are better at horseback riding, and they'll kind of, you know, they can trample you down if you fight them without any countermeasures like horseback. So if you left click, I just left clicked and it's bringing me back to my party on the map if you ever lost. And the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to start showing you the interface here from right to the left. Using L1 and R1 you can cycle through. I'm going to click on party here, and we're going to show you how my party works, how the party system thing works here. So if you look on the right screen here, on the top right, I have 58 out of 64 soldiers in my army, so I can have a max of 64, so I can hire another 6 dudes. And so I got 22 Spadian footmen, 10 skirmishers, man-at-arms. They all have different, you know, some of them are crossbowmen. And you also see I have these unique followers, Borcha and Rolf, Elaine. These guys are unique in that they have different background stories, and they kind of have their own personalities, and they might leave your party if they don't like what they see. So to show you an example of how these guys work, if you go to talk to him, this guy's name is a lion. I think I hired him for 200 dinar in a tavern. So hey, what's up? We're gonna look at his equipment. This is a really cool feature. I love this game, by the way. If you look at him, he doesn't have a helmet, he doesn't have boots, he doesn't have any gloves, he doesn't have a shield. Well, we can help him out with some of that right now. Guess what? I got a couple helmets. This one's 26 head armor, this is 15 armor. We'll give him a good helmet, because he's a nice guy. Boom, helmet, equipped. Oh, he doesn't have shoes? Guess what? Here's some shoes. Yeah, they kind of suck, but better than nothing. Now he's got some stuff he's wearing. Oh, ooh, just kidding. Alright, so we're going to go back here. That's how that works. And you could also give him a horse, and then he would be on a horse. Pretty neat. We're going to back out, and you can also look at his skills. So if you go to his skills, just so happens this guy is ready to level up because he's been with me a while, and he's been fighting hard. So we're going to go level him up. We're going to give him a strength point over here. That gives him extra hit points and probably some extra damage and stuff. And we're going to give him, how about, we'll hope that eventually he can be a good horse archer, even though he can't yet. And then we're going to also level up his weapons. Ooh, he's got some good skills. So we're going to keep jacking up his one-handed weapon and make him really good at that. Alright, so he's all jacked up. He's got a helmet and boots, and we leveled him up. And that's just one dude in my whole party. I could do that to Rolf. You know, I could see if he's ready to level up. I bet he isn't. Nope, see? Oh, I could throw up more throwing. Sure, why not? So I could go to his equipment if I wanted to. And an early tip, if you hire somebody and they have better equipment than you, steal it. Take that equipment. This sword right here, I got this way early in the game just from some dude that I hired. Thank you. So we're going to back out of that. Never mind. Another thing about your company, you can level your dudes up. So these dudes, I can't level them up. None of these dudes. Oh, see, these dudes are ready to upgrade. So I could upgrade these dudes to either a footman or a skirmisher. I'll do one of each, because I can do two. So we'll do a footman and a skirmisher. So we just upgraded a Swadian footman and a skirmisher. So we just made one of these dudes, and we just made one of those dudes. And eventually those dudes can turn into, you know, like those guys. So they can just get better and better. And early on, that's how you want to kind of start, is just hiring your local peasants and leveling them up. Because if you hire a bunch of mercenaries early on, they just cost a lot, and they cost a lot weekly, and you're just spending a lot of money. Whereas my party, I'm only spending 600 dinar a week for a pretty sweet army. I'm just saying, don't spend too much money on mercenaries. Back to this screen. So that was most of the party screen. There's not a whole lot else to show you right now, as far as I can tell. So we're going to go to character screen now. So this is Ramsey Bolton. That's me. That's right. So we got 3 attribute points, 3 skill points, and 30 weapon points that I can put in. So right now I think I'm going to put strength point. I haven't done agility in a while. Sure, why not? And then we'll do an intelligence. And notice when I put a point in intelligence, it also upgrades, gives me 1 more skill point in the middle. Boom. So now I've got 4 skill points to put in. What do I want to do? We'll go through these real quick. Iron Flesh, it's going to give me a little hit point. Power Strike is better melee attack. Power Throw is for like throwing things like rocks and javelins. Power Draw is for your archer. Weapon Master, that's for proficiencies, I'm not exactly sure. Honestly, shield. You know, I need a point in shield. Let's put a shield. There we go. Boom. Athletics, that's your running speed. Riding is giving you, the higher you're riding, the better horses you can ride. Horse archery, kind of self-explanatory. Looting, that gives you 10% more loot obtained when you like attack stuff, which is really important. Trainer, very important. Level that one up early on. Makes your dudes level up faster, so your army gets better quicker. Tracking, that's important, as when you're running around on the map, it helps you find things better, like bandits, forest bandits, mountain bandits, hideouts. Tactics, I'm not exactly sure what the party advantage is exactly, honestly. Pathfinding, this is pretty nice when you're trying to like chase dudes down on the map. If they're faster than you, it's nice to have a little pathfinding, but kind of a waste early on, honestly. Party scene range, kind of nice to have. You can see stuff easier on the map. Inventory management, important early on so you can get more loot and sell it for more money. You need more money. Don't spend your money early on, by the way. Wound treatment, kind of important for healing your party. Surgery, 4% chance. Let's put a point into that because I have 0 on that one. First aid, heroes regain 5% during mission. Engineer, that's for sieging castles. I haven't gotten that far yet, so I have been holding that off. Persuasion, that's when you talk to people. It's a little bit easier to get them to do what you want. Prisoner management, put one in that early at least, so you can take prisoners and then you can sell them in the taverns to those guys. Trade, that gives you 5%. I haven't done any of that, obviously. So I'm going to put one more point into Power Strike, and I'm going to save one more just because I like to do that. I'm weird. And then we're going to level up a little two-handed weapons and pole arms. The reason you like pole arms is when you do the tournaments. A lot of times you get stuck using pole arms in the tournaments, and you kind of need to have a little bit more damage. So that's me leveling up Ramsey Bolton. And people do not zigzag in this game, by the way. We're going to go into inventory now. The important thing about inventory is your food. Right now I've got bread, rotten chicken, which is worthless because I don't eat it, grain, sausages, dried meat. It shows you there they've eaten some of this. It's 27 out of 50 left. You know, they've been eating all this a little bit. They start eating at the top left the most. You want to have a good supply of food. If you run out of food, they kind of get mad at you. So, and I've got a pretty decent amount of inventory space. So if you go to notes, this is your quest log. So I can go to my different quests. I'm supposed to destroy a bandit lair. I can try to attack the Rodux and try to create a war just by attacking their villages. And I can also go to this city and collect some taxes. If you're having a hard time finding bandit lairs, just try to run around until you see bandits, and then they tend to hover around. They kind of spawn from the lair and hang around their bandit lair. So once you find them, just try to find the lair around where they are. If that makes sense. So one important thing about this screen is, see on the bottom here, we've got factions, locations, characters. If you're having a hard time finding somebody or a location, you can always go to this screen. Let's say, for example, I'm supposed to go to a certain location in my notes. So I'm supposed to collect taxes from Elborough. Okay, where's Elborough? I don't know. I'm gonna click on it. Boom. So it's near Praven, belongs to King Harlos. Well, guess what? I can just show it on the map. So we're gonna click show on the map. Oh, there's Elborough. So then I can just click on it if I wanted to. And now all of a sudden, if I left click and go back to my party, I'm starting to head over there now. I'm not actually going to go there right now. Alright, now we're going to get into a battle, and I'm going to show you how voice commands work, and also just kind of my general strategy a lot of the time. Cavalry, hold this position. Archers, hold this position. Infantry, hold this position. Alright, so you're going to see here how they line up. Should be the infantry up front, the archers in the back, and then I got the cavalry kind of hanging on the side flank so that they can come storming in at the right moment. The bad guys are coming from those trees area. If you can see them across the river, they're just crossing the river now. My archers are already shooting at them. And you can see I've got an upper advantage here on the hill. That's very important in this game. It's really hard to run uphill, as it is in real life. Cavalry. Cavalry. See, the voice commands don't work too good. It's kind of frustrating. Cavalry. Hold this position. I just want them to back up a little bit. Oh, I could have just told them to back up. Alright. So we're just going to kind of sit back and watch this battle happen. So there's my two lines of archers and soldiers. Cavalry. Hold this position. Alright, here we go. Infantry. Infantry. Fuck. Everyone. Alright, I'm just gonna turn around. Charge. Everyone! Charge! There we go. Now we're storming them. I wanted to do that earlier. It was kind of a little late. But I could be like, archers, fall back 10 paces. Those archers should fall back a little bit. Kind of cool, huh? Cavalry. 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 Retreat. For not listening when I yell at you. Alright, well, voice commands don't work very good, obviously, but when they work, it's really cool. Yeah, everyone. So, that's my Mountain Blade tutorial. I hope you learned a lot. It's an awesome game. Go buy it. Peace out.